We're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, James. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call the Reynolds School Project Building Committee to order. It is April 1st, 2021. It is 5:15. First order of business is a call to order. Jeff, would you like to do the roll call?
Yes, members are asked to signify their presence or their participation when the name is called. Councilor Camillo.
Here.
Councilor Minor. Ms. Dugan.
Here.
Mr. Sylvia.
Present.
Ms. Stam.
Here.
Mr. Wetzel. Mr. Woods.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, Jeff. Next item is we take action on the prior meeting minutes, which I believe we have two, Jeff, correct?
That is correct. These are the minutes of March 4th and March 11th.
Correct. So I would entertain a motion that we approve the minutes for March 4th and March 11th. We can do them together, Jeff. That's okay?
Yes, that's fine.
For both meetings as written, unless somebody has an objection. Would somebody move that?
Second.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes of March 4th and March 11th.
Thank you, Steve. And Mike Camillo, second that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, motion passes unanimously. Public participation. We have anybody with us? I didn't even look yet.
We have 5 on with us today.
We do.
Yep. Anybody who's interested can use the raise hand feature inside of Zoom or *9 on their telephone.
I think those are people that would like to be doing some business with us down the road from what I can see of the names. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to participate. All right, we'll move on. Our next item is the RFQ/RFP for construction manager. Jeff had distributed that to everybody a few days ago. I know Mr. Sylvia responded. He had an opportunity to go through it. Does anybody have any questions on what was sent out? It's kind of a standard form, or our standard form, just meant revised, obviously, to meet the qualifications for what the town is looking for a construction manager when we move forward with this. Jeff, I don't know.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a couple of points if I may.
Yep.
One of the things that was included in there on page 2, I used the total project budget of 35.5 million. And I think for the construction manager, it actually is more appropriate to use the construction budget of $27,516,800. The construction manager is not really, I don't think, is going to care all that much about what we're paying the other consultants, the owner's project manager, the architect, etc. The number that he's concerned with is the 27,516,800.
Yeah, actually, Jeff, I made that change, but obviously it didn't stay. When I sent it to you, it went back to the 35 million.
Okay. So it's okay to change that back to the 27,516?
Yes, that actually I thought it was that. I had changed it to that before I sent it to you, but for some reason I might not have saved it correctly.
Yeah, no, when I got it, it had the 35.5 and I left it there, but.
Yeah, it had the 35.5.
I thought differently.
Yeah, it had the 35.5 when I got it, and I changed it because you are correct. They should be dealing with the construction budget, not the total budget.
And the other thing I want to just point out to the committee members on page 4, item 5, I believe it is, under experience, I changed it from 5 schools to 5 education projects. I had gotten a call from a construction manager who had done a lot of work down at Yale and felt that the schools excluded him from participating, but that 5 education projects would allow him to participate. I'm not saying that you're necessarily going to have that firm as one of your top 4 or that you're going to select that firm, but at least they would have the opportunity if it was 5 education projects as opposed to 5 schools. I think it's 5 education projects, of which one should be an elementary school.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I don't think we want to exclude anybody. That wasn't the intent, so
No.
I'm fine with that, Jeff. Anybody else have an issue with it? That
If the RFQ is acceptable to the committee, I will advertise it next week and get that process started. The goal is to have a construction manager on before you start the design phase, the schematic design phase, which is due to start in July. So you really want, if you can advertise next week, you could have a recommendation to the town council by June 3rd.
Okay, and then again, that is my goal, that we can do that tonight. I'll open it up to the committee to see if anybody would object to moving this forward. Committee members, this is your time to speak. I know Steve has already kind of given it the thumbs up. Carol, Cindy, Mike, if anybody wants to chime in.
No, I'm fine with going forward with this.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank
Go
you.
forward with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in favor of going forward with it too.
Okay. And is that Chris? Did Chris join us? Did I just hear his voice?
No, that was fine.
Nope, not yet.
No, that was Mike. Your voices sound alike.
Okay.
Okay, so Jeff, do you want a motion?
Yeah, I think that would be appropriate.
Okay, and I would entertain a motion that we move forward for advertisement, the RFP for construction manager. So the town can put it out to bid. We want to move that?
Make a motion,
Okay,
the RF,
Second,
go ahead, Mike, finish it.
is it P and RFQ
It's
Yes.
RFQ,
Yes,
RFP, right,
RFQ, RFP.
for construction
for
manager.
construction manager?
Okay, and Cindy will second that.
second, sorry, sorry.
That's okay. That's the problem with Zoom sometimes. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I think that's everybody. No one's opposed, correct? So motion passes unanimously. Thank you, everyone. I think this is an important piece that we get a construction manager on board so that when we have our OPM, everybody lined up, we can keep this moving forward. Because it does look like Castle Booze is going to try to meet a 2-summer construction schedule, which would be great if that is possible. Obviously, it's very early in the game now, but that's their goal. And I think if we can keep on our end, keep everything moving forward, that will do a lot to achieve that, and get the students and the staff back into a building that's fully renovated and completed, so they don't have chaos any longer than they need to, because it will be chaotic for a while. Every one of these projects is. Anybody have anything else on the construction manager before I move on to any other business? All right, we'll move on to any other business pertinent to the committee. I knew this was going to be a relatively quick meeting. I don't think there's going to be much.
Yeah, I've got a couple of brief things. First off, on the owner's project manager RFQ, there was an addendum posted this morning. The questions were due in to me earlier in this week, and I posted an addendum on the website this morning. The qualification statements will be received on Wednesday, and I'll be distributing those to committee members after they've been received. Also received a letter from Gordon Shellens at Eversource, and she is the person who did some energy work for the town hall project. They have a net zero program that could rebate up to $4.50 per square foot. I told her it was probably a little premature, but she wanted to make sure that this information ended up in front of the committee. So Steve, probably next week, I will forward you the email that I received from her. And if you're like me and you run out of fingers and toes and you want to figure out what that equates to, that's $288,000, which is definitely would be a nice rebate if the town qualified for that.
Qualify, yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Hopefully that will work out. That would be a great thing. Good
Yes.
savings.
Superintendent Brummett has her hand raised.
Yes. Go ahead, Maureen.
I just wanted to update the committee that I met with Castle Boost today, myself and Jason, and we are going to begin the visioning meetings next week. That will be sort of high-level planning for what people from the school, parents, stakeholders are interested in as we look to design the school. But I wanted to see if any members of this committee are interested. It'll be virtual, and it'll be a two-part, one next week and then the one the week after April vacation. I did promise that I would bring it to this committee just to see if there's any interest. So it's the first meeting's Tuesday at 6.
Be there.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'd be happy to join that meeting.
Okay, so I will too, Maureen.
Wonderful. I will, so it looks like I see Mr. Sylvia, Miss Duggan, who, by the way, Carol, we already put you on the committee.
Yeah, Carol appears to be in witness protection now.
Excellent. I know, I'm sorry. Let me
It's okay, it's all right.
And Mr. Vasella, I see, so
Yeah, better.
excellent. All right, I do have a sense of which hands were up, and I will, that invite's going to come out tomorrow from Jason. We're doing the legwork on it, but Castle Boozes will be obviously involved, so. And there's-
Maureen, I was trying to look at my calendar to see if I was available. So if you need someone else, I could do that. But if you have enough people, it's totally fine.
Thank you.
There we go.
All right, thank you for that opportunity to discuss that.
Okay. Anybody else have anything that they would like to discuss? We probably should, Jeff, what is our next meeting date, our regular scheduled meeting date? Would be
April 15th.
the 15th, correct?
Yes.
Tax day. So we'll go ahead and plan on meeting then. And hopefully we'll be able to do a short list if we need to for the OPMs. I'm getting my stuff confused here. We're doing OPM first, then CM.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll look to do that. I don't think we're going to get a tremendous amount of applicants. There's not a whole lot of people to do that. But let's see what comes in. And then if we have to schedule more than one meeting, we can do that. But hopefully we'll be able to do it all on the 15th. Ironic that it'll be tax day, I guess.
Okay.
Okay. Brings us back to public participation.
Then we have our same 5, if anybody's
Yeah.
interested.
We'll give them a minute just in case, but again, I recognize most of the names here, so I don't think anyone's looking to speak to us at this point. Okay, we're going to move on. Any other comments by the members of the committee before we adjourn? Anyone? Okay, I just want to thank everybody again. I know some of these meetings are going pretty quick right now, but it's important because we are moving everything along. And we get this next piece through our committee for the construction manager is really going to help us down the road. And so we're going to probably have a few more of these short meetings before we really start digging in. The ones that Dr. Brummett was just talking about, I will guarantee you will not be short. Those meetings will be very long and very detailed, even though they're at high level. Everyone's going to try to bring them down. And Dr. Brummett and the KBA are going to have to elevate it back up again to where it needs to be for the short term before we actually start digging into it. But again, thank you all for taking out the time this afternoon. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. A motion to adjourn?
A motion to adjourn and happy Easter.
Yes. Happy
Okay.
Easter to
Everybody.
all.
Happy
Yes.
Easter. Bye.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Bye.
Okay, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thanks,
Take care,
James.
bye.
My pleasure. Have a good holiday.
You also.
You too.